What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nia Williams, and I'm back with another video. And this time we're talking about paying attention and stop ignoring the red flags and the signs that the Most High in the universe is sending to you about your situation. Okay, you know we always gotta smoke, so go ahead, grab your cart, grab your weed, grab your bong, grab your bowl, whatever you grab to smoke on. Grab your drinks, grab your edibles, whatever you take in cannabis wise. Get it, sit down, and let's get started. Okay, here's the thing when it comes to ignoring red flags and ignoring the signs that are literally right there in front of you. You end up going against yourself in many different ways. You end up going against your intuition in many different ways. Even if you end up being wrong about the situation or wrong about the person or whatever it may be, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to be like, okay, this is what my body, my mind, my soul, my everything within me is telling me at this time to move based off of the information that I'm observing and that I'm taking in. If you know right off the bat in the beginning that somebody in the way that they're moving does not really align with what you want or your core values or where you're trying to head in life or the type of people you want to be around or the situations you want to put yourself in, if you know that this person or these things do not reflect where you want to be at, then let's normalize using the door and leaving situations, leaving people alone. And when I say leave them alone, I don't mean just, okay, we stopped talking for a couple years or a couple months and then we were back in each other's face all over again. No, that is not what I'm talking about at all. That's actually the complete opposite. That's actually you ignoring the red flags and going right back to the thing. What I'm talking about is actually using the door and getting the fuck and literally moving on with your life and setting these boundaries, moving forward and prioritizing yourself and having a selfish season if you need one. Like, these are the types of things that you need to prioritize when you're shifting from ignoring the red flags to actually taking the red flags in as they are. Okay, another thing, when you ignore the red flags and you do not pay attention, you run yourself insane mentally. Like, you are constantly tolerating things that do not serve you or your highest good, and all you can do is just put yourself in this mental prison and in this emotional trap right off the bat. And if you've seen people, if you already know for a fact, like, okay, this person is not going to show up the way I want them to show up. I know for a fact, based off of what I've seen, this person is not going to do it. And you still go along with the situation, you still go along with the plans in hopes that they might do it. Baby, you ignoring yourself. You're neglecting yourself. You got low self-esteem. You're not really tapped in with your higher self. You're not any of those things. All you're doing is tolerating bullshit and playing the victim. Like, that's not, it's not it. I have the purple light on right now because you know that shit's tapped in with your third eye and your crown chakra. So you know. Like, you know. Come on now. You know better, but you don't want to do better. And that's the issue. It's never anybody else that's keeping you from seeing yourself or seeing these things. It's nobody else trying to manipulate you or play games on you. If you know somebody's manipulating you, you need to get the fuck up out of there. If you know somebody's playing games on you, you need to get the fuck up out of there. If you know somebody's sitting here constantly lying to you, never telling you the truth, you need to get up out of there. If you know somebody's not being emotionally available, you need to get out of there. If you know somebody's not being a certain way, you need to get out of it. You need to normalize getting out of fucking relationships. Like, I believe distance over disrespect any fucking day. I'd rather leave you the fuck alone than to sit here and go back and forth and argue and be all in this. Like, no, baby, no. It is not worth the time. It's not worth the energy. My time and my energy can be put into something more productive, and that's actually going to help me in life. Look, I got dogs I got to take care of. I got to take care of my hair. My man, he got a dick he needs sucked. Like, come on now. I got shit I have to do that is more important than sitting here and going back and forth with somebody over something that is obviously not going to click. I know for a fact that this person is on this time, I'm on this time. These are our differences. They're doing this, I'm doing that. The shit don't mix nowhere. Like, come on now. What's the point of still trying to force something that you know intuitively this shit is not going to work? So why keep trying to push it or make it something that it's not? You got to be real with yourself. But people don't want to be real with their attachment styles or their superiority complex or their need to control anything or the fact that they play the victim. Nobody wants to be honest about these things. Nobody wants to be honest about how fucked up they are internally and mentally. They will scratch over the surface shit like, oh yeah, like, nah. Yeah, I do sometimes see people doing things to me that really they don't want to do, but that's for another story. That's for another day. Like, no, put that shit on the table. Tell me this right now. Like, go through the whole entire list of where you're at mentally right now in this one conversation so that we don't, this the last one we have. Like, you don't gotta hide nothing. Don't hide nothing from me. But if you have the ability to pay attention, to be aware of these things, you don't have to rely on somebody else to tell you these things. You will just see them. You will hear them. You will feel them. You will literally, in present time, you will see the person for who they truly are right off the bat, and you can move however the fuck you need to move. This is where you start having self-accountability. This is where you start to actually have a control of self and realizing nobody's in control of you. Nobody else is running your shit but you. So if you don't want to fuck with somebody, you don't got to fuck with them. If you want to move on from them, you can move on from them. If you want to throw them in the dirt, spit on their grave and piss on them, whatever you fucking got to do to move the fuck on, move on. But in my opinion, I believe the way you came into the motherfucking relationship is the same way you get the fuck out. If you came in the relationship all loving and caring and understanding, you need to go out of the relationship the same way, caring, loving, and understanding. Not the bullshit, not the backstabbing, not the cussing motherfuckers out left and right, all the extra shit. No. Just the same way you came in, same way you leave. Ain't smoke on that one. But when you don't understand these things, of course you're going to get triggered. Of course you're going to feel like I'm making these videos directly and specifically for you. If you don't understand that people have free will and they're able to do what they want to do, of course you're going to feel like that I'm doing something to you or that things are being done to you directly and it's not. Of course you're going to blame your actions and your decisions on other people and really not hold yourself accountable. Like, I made this decision because of the way that I was feeling and the information that I had at the time. It's like, come on now. But that's majority of the world's population. Stupid. I don't know if y'all watched that one movie. Babe, what's that one movie about the people getting frozen in that time capsule and they went into the future and the future was fucked up? Idiocy? That movie. That's how I feel like the world is. The visuals of that movie is something else. It's hilarious. But once you relate it to real life, you can tell, oh, they had this program and this system set for generations. They started this shit way back in the fucking 1800s. Huh? Idiocracy. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. Go look it up. Go see what that movie's about. But overall, that is a representation of how stupid motherfuckers are today when it comes to simple-minded shit. And I'm saying this from a place of growing up in the same environment that these stupid motherfuckers grew up in. It might not have been the worst, but the same information that they didn't get, I didn't get either. The same type of teachings and discipline that you were supposed to be taught at a certain age, I didn't get those shits either. So I'm coming from a space of literally understanding this shit and bossing up my life and pouring into myself and actually getting an understanding of where the fuck I come from so I can put myself where I want to be at and getting around people who are in those same type of levels and mindsets as well. This is a whole shift in the motherfucking game. It's not something that is anybody else's fault. You had to know how to maneuver through the shit. Nobody else made those decisions for you. Self-accountability. Come on, I'm gonna make another video about it. I got a whole list of shit I'm gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about it. But in this video, stop ignoring the red flags. Point blank. Stop ignoring the red flags. Stop ignoring the things that are really simple and obvious from the fucking jump. You knew when you got into the relationship that you was gonna be trapped down or locked down to somebody motherfucking crazy, or somebody was gonna do some type of shit or talk some type of shit about you behind your back after certain things go on. You know this was gonna happen, but yet you still fed into it. Why? And then when you ask okay, what is this, something that you like? Do you like this shit? No, I don't like this shit. This shit's ridiculous. This shit's but you're tolerating it. You're still around it. You still going right back to it. So, are you really a victim in this situation? Don't be playing a victim in shit that you really not a victim in. You're a victim of your own mind, but you need to hold yourself accountable. You ain't a victim of anybody else's decisions or choices. Come on now. You're not. It all goes back to self-esteem, your roots, and where you was raised, and your mindset, your programming, and your general life beliefs, and what you see as valuable in this life. Once you stop ignoring the red flags, you sit with yourself, you get right by self, you actually have an understanding of what's valuable to you, you start putting those boundaries, reinforcing them bitches. Like, these are things that you cannot break or you cannot step on, because the minute you do that shit, chaos gonna happen, and you know it. So it's your responsibility to hold that shit down. It's your responsibility to put those boundaries in place and be disciplined with your time, your energy, and what you put your attention into. I see so much value in people who actually do these things, who actually don't tolerate certain bullshit, that really just be like, nah, I'm not gonna be in that shit, and literally move on that and remove themselves from the situation, or just get themselves up out of that shit. Like, it takes a lot of value and self-esteem to really move on something that you know from the jump don't sit well with you. Even if it's around you, or even if it's in you find a way to just move. You get up out of there. And that's because that's what your intuition's telling you. You are in tune with yourself. You are in tune with yourself to where you know what you know. And you move on that, and you accept it for what it is, and you honor it, and you trust it, because that's how you build your spirituality. That's how you build your knowing of self, is when you actually stay in tune with it and you actually communicate with it on an everyday basis. Your mind, your body, and your soul, they're all intertwined, you know, as well as with the chakras. It's all intertwined together. When you put the pieces together, you'll start seeing the bigger picture. You will see the bigger picture in it all, and you will actually go seek some help about yourself instead of talking about everybody else that got issues. Like, in order for you to pay attention to things, you have to really use your eyes for what they're for. Watching people and how they move. Use your ears, use your mind. You'll see somebody move some type of way, you'll be like, okay, I see right after they had this argument right here, he went and did this. So I know if I get in an argument with this person the same way, he gonna move like this. Okay, so you know that. So you know that. You use your senses, you figured out this is what triggers this person, and it makes them react in this certain way. People do it all the fucking time. But when you know those types of information, you move on that thing. Not in order to actually repeat that same habit and experience that same thing with yourself, but in a way like, okay, maybe not experience that with that person. Let me figure out a different way to have an experience with this person, or not experience anything with them at all because I see this is something that they always do. You know, it just all depends on what you're paying attention to. instead of actually getting yourself fully involved and mixed with these people's lives, and then it go down the road where kids are involved and money's involved and fucking child support and all this extra bullshit is involved. Like, nip it in the butt while it's still fresh, like while it's still right here on in the beginning stages, where I know moving forward this ain't gonna be great, this ain't gonna be something that's gonna be big. Like, stop being delusional. Stop playing into the fantasies, into the idea that you could fix or change somebody or make them do something that you want them to do. Like, this is not that type of reality. Wake the fuck up. This is real life. Shit don't work like that. You go try to do that to somebody, they gonna react in a way that you don't even know they're gonna react. But you're sitting here trying to, oh, this is my intuition, this is what I'm picking up on, this was this. But you're just observing people's behavior, and you know this is how this person's going to move. So you're saying these things, but you already know this person's gonna do. That's not you. That's the obvious. That's not no intuition. That's obvious shit. You got it twisted. But, hey, you gotta let people do what they gotta do in order to realize that their decisions and the way that they choosing to do the shit just really don't sit well. Some people will go down that route for 20, 30, 40 years of their life and still not get it. That's their journey, that's their world, that's their blessings, that's whatever they got going on over there. But for you, you have to remember how to handle yourself. You have to remember how to move on certain things and on certain situations, so that you're not putting yourself in a whole lot of fucking hell and hurt behind tolerating other people's shit. Okay? Because that's too much hurt that you're doing to yourself just to tolerate the hurt that somebody else is going through, and then they inflict on you. That's a lot of hurt going on. But you know what? Nobody's teaching us this. And a lot of us, we go through relationships, trauma bonding, right off the end, right in the beginning. Like, just right there, just trauma, all in the mix. There ain't no educating each other or helping each other or inspiring each other. It is none of that shit going on in the beginning. It's just straight trauma. Girl, let me tell you about what happened when I was this, and when this happened. Girl, let me tell you this, and with this, and my nigga doing this, and this girl doing that, and everybody just over here problem, issue. I even got to the point where I told people, look, I don't even want to talk to you every day, because you want to talk about problems every day and what's going on every day in your life, and what every day this, every day that. I don't got things going on every day like that. Today, I did nothing and it was peaceful. Today, I sat in bed and looked at the ceiling for about 30 minutes and thought to myself the shit that I need to get done. Like, my type of approach in the everyday shit, if somebody's gonna be talking to me every day, it does not evolve around what other people are doing towards me. It's always about what I'm doing with myself, or what I'm doing with my time, or what I'm doing with my creativity, or my hobbies. Me. This is what I like to talk about. But see, not a lot of people are on that vibration. And those are the things that you got to pay attention to. What people talk about on a daily. What are they always talking about? Listen to their words. Listen to how they phrase things. Can you tell that people are literally slow as fuck and they don't know how to regulate their emotions? So they say a bunch of emotional bullshit and then come right back around months later just to tell you some more emotional bullshit that they didn't say the first fucking time. Like, it's a bunch of shit you have to literally sit back and watch and pay attention to. You really have to. In order to align yourself with the people that you want to be around. This is how you find your soul tribe, your soul people. Because it's on a soul level, on a soul vibration. How are you treating yourself? If you're tolerating a bunch of bullshit, of course you're going to attract people who are going to tolerate a bunch of bullshit too. And who don't like being alone, who don't like this, who don't like that, who don't got this problem going on and that problem going on. And even if these people have degrees or have businesses or have anything or have made success for themselves, still in the core, at their core being on a soul level, they are always around bullshit. So it's based off of your soul and how you're treating yourself. It is. In the end, no matter what you stack on top of it, that shit is always going to shine through. So how are you going to treat yourself today? You going to pay attention to the bullshit that people keep telling you that they're on right off the bat? Or are you going to ignore the shit and tolerate it and be like, look, I don't give a fuck about none of that right now. Right now, I just want to be delusional. I just want to be in my emotions about everything. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I just want to be in this stupid bitch mentality, stupid nigga mentality, whatever it is. You just want to be stupid right now. I just want to be stupid. I don't got the brain capacity to be on that level right now. You be like, okay, all right. Like, it's a choice. All of these are choices and decisions that you have to make in life in order to elevate, or in order to be great, or to be successful in life, in order to be healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially free. Like, all of these things. You have to get a hold of all of these things. This is how you do the actual shadow work. I don't know nobody that, and this is personally, that does this type of shadow work that really sits here and looks at all the fucked up things. I'm not talking about the surface level, like, oh, maybe I eat fast food too much, or I don't work out as much as I need to. Like, I'm talking about the root shit. Like, I'm addicted to being in drama. Like, I don't pay attention to the red flags. I ignore them, and I play the victim a lot and all that. Like, come on now, get to the juicy details so we can get to the issues, okay? You're throwing all this extra bullshit out on top. It don't get to nothing. If that's all you're worried about, no. I don't know nobody personally that's like that in my everyday life, or seeing, or when I go out and things like that. Like, it's uncommon. It's very uncommon. But hey, it's all about what you're attracted to. So figure that out. Do the work. And if you need guidance through the process, you need somebody to cheer you on and let you know that you are valuable, and to set these boundaries with people, and to stop being in things that you do not tolerate. You need somebody to cheer you on and be a spiritual cheerleader for you. You know what to do. Link in the bio. Book a one-on-one. And I'll see you guys in the next one.